Hello, Excellence family. It's Danny Barnes, Director of Agent Relations. I'm here with Paul Sardone, attorney with Excellence Title. And how you doing, Paul?
Doing good, Danny. How are you?
Good. Today he's going to talk about the disadvantages of putting minors on title. So thanks for joining us, everybody. I'll turn it over to the expert right now.
All right. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about is what happens. A lot of times people will want to put their children on title because they're thinking, with good intentions of if something were to happen to me, we get in a car accident, I want to make sure this property goes to my kids. Well, I'm talking about from the title perspective of it, the disadvantages of putting minors on title. So especially when you have children under 18, if you go to sell the property, so let's say I put, my daughter, who's 11 on title with me, and something comes up and I need to sell my house. Now, I don't just sign for her and she is not deemed legally capable of signing. So we have to have a court-appointed guardian to protect her interests. So what ends up happening from our end as a title company, and it will be from your end as agents too, is you get this deal signed and then you realize when either at that point or when title work comes back, that there's need for court action in the case. And it's not just show up and say, hey, she's a minor, she wants to sell. There has to be someone appointed by the court. The court has to review the transaction and make sure that it's in the minor's best interest. It's typically going to go through, but this will delay closings by months because you have to go through the court to get that approval. The other disadvantage, and this is this is also the case when you have children that maybe are over 18 but are college, younger children, is you have to remember that whoever you add on title can also cloud the title to your property. So I have seen cases where somebody put their 20-year-old, 21-year-old on title. 21-year-old goes off to college, takes out their first credit cards, doesn't pay, gets liens. And then even though that's not their house, really, they're just on there for estate planning purposes. When we pull title, these judgments will come out on title and will have to be satisfied. So usually you get some unhappy parents who are finding out about this for the first time. That has happened too. Wow. So you have to keep that in mind that, young kids make mistakes and get in trouble sometimes. So if something were to happen, they get sued, they get liens, they get into debt, that could affect the title to your property too. So there are, it's a little more complex, but there are ways to obviously have your wishes of making sure the property goes to your children set up without taking on these risks. So that's where we help out, whether it be, trust or the deeds held in Ladybird deeds, things like that. If you have questions, we can help with that.
Right. Or like a life estate, stuff like that.
Life estate, yeah. Where the remainder stays with the minor automatically upon death, but during your life, there's no risk that you can do whatever you want freely with the property without them signing off or their interest attaching to the property. That's usually the way to go.
Yeah, we've talked about that a little in the past, but
we talked about the life estates, but just had it come up on a deal where someone put their 12-year-old on title and it's not they didn't understand why their kid needed to sign off on it when you put them on the title. I mean, they did a quick claim deed 4 or 5 years ago to add them with the best intentions, but now you got to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. As always, good information. Anything else you might want to add for today before we take off?
No, just what I always say, we're here to help and we appreciate it. It's been a big surge in orders. I know everyone's, happy using the website, the deposit system, and the crew we have is great. And, we really like working with you all and hopefully closing a lot of deals.
Right. And it's easy to get to Excellence Title. Just go to excellencetitle.com and up to the title order to start everything. Yep. All right, Paul. Well, thanks for your time today. Once again, we do this Excellence Title video every 2 weeks for Title Tuesday, and we'll see everybody then. As always, together moving forward. Take care, everybody.